Let me explain something to you. You said in a video the other day, and you can look me in the eye, you said that Jews are now trembling. Muhammad, I am not. No, don't interrupt me. I am not trembling. It's all on my Instagram page. Now, you see this yarmulke? It means that I represent something. I'm an ambassador. You're an ambassador of Islam. You are talking about a religion that started the world's first universities, educated women. Fatima started the first university in the 9th century in Fez, Morocco.
Irrelevant.
Now we have a man who says that he's a representative of Islam.
For every one Hamas, you have to kill 100 civilians. That's effectively what we're saying. If the trajectory continues as it...
This is not a debate. This is someone else becoming the host of the show. I thought we were being interviewed. Muhammad, you and I are being interviewed. You're not here to interview him.
You're going to have your chance.
Muhammad, you can put it down.
Don't make him lose control of his own show. You do this all the time. I'm not going to let it happen.
Got a passionate start. Mohammed, let me ask you about Hamas.
I want to first, before you do that, I want to commend you, Piers, honestly, because bringing me on for the second time, I have to commend you. And the fact that you actually condemned the settlements is very good. But people want to know, do you think the IDF are a terrorist organization?
No.
You don't think they're a terrorist organization? Okay, well, if you look at the UN definition of terrorist organization, they say killing civilians for political
gain. So you're asking my opinion?
No, but if the UN definition, according to the UN definition, it's killing civilians for political objectives. Why are they not terrorist organizations?
Well, you've asked me a straight question. I don't think they are a terror organization.
So when you see babies like this, the ones who kill babies like this are not terrorists.
It's horrific.
So the people who kill babies like this are not terrorists.
Well, let me respond.
Yes.
Let me respond.
It's not your turn.
You can both get into this. Here's my response to that. And I thought carefully about this. I've been very honest about my own feelings. I have a real moral quandary about this because as a father, I hate these scenes of kids being killed in Gaza. It's horrific, right? We all know it's horrific.
But are they a terrorist organisation, though?
I'm about to explain to you what I think my position is. My position is after what happened on October the 7th, it was so barbaric, so disgusting.
So you can kill children?
Well, no, what you can do...
That's exactly what terrorists say, by the way.
Let me answer your question.
This is not a debate. This is someone else becoming the host of the show and now interviewing you. I thought we were being interviewed. Muhammad, you and I are being interviewed. You're not here to interview him.
You're going to have your chance.
Muhammad, you can put it down.
Don't make him lose control of his own show. You do this all the time. I'm not going to let it happen tonight.
All right, Rabbi, let me answer...
Please have respect for the...
No. Stop interviewing the interviewer and be respectful. And be respectful.
Let me respond.
Tell me, sorry, is it a terrorist organisation or not?
No.
Why not?
I do not believe so.
They kill civilians for political objectives.
You have to let me answer.
Go ahead.
OK. Here's my answer to that. When Hamas did what they did, two things. One, Hamas knew exactly what Israel's response would be. They knew they would come incredibly hard back.
I don't absolve them.
Wait a minute. I'm not absolving anybody.
I'm not absolving them.
Yeah, OK.
I'm saying the West Bank is West Hamas.
I know.
Where's Hamas?
You have to let me answer.
You've got 44 children killed like this in the West Bank.
This is ridiculous.
Wait a minute, Rabbi Shri.
Before he did this debate, he went on X on Twitter and said, I'm only doing it if there's equal time. And then he is violating that. I never asked for equal time. I just want to be heard. But he won't even let me be heard. Let me explain something to you. You said in a video the other day, and you can look me in the eye, you said that Jews are now trembling. Muhammad, I am not. No, don't interrupt me. I am not trembling. It's all on my Instagram page. Now, you see this yarmulke? It means that I represent something. I'm an ambassador. You're an ambassador of Islam. You are talking about a religion that started the world's first universities, educated women. Fatima started the first university in the 9th century in Fez, Morocco.
Irrelevant.
Now we have a man who says that he's a representative of Islam.
He's meant to be speaking to you, right?
He goes to Speaker's Corner. He speaks about whether 5-year-old girls are old enough for sex. He says that gay men are dying of AIDS as a punishment from God. And I'm sorry to have to say this to the listeners, that blood is gushing from their backsides. They're better off. You know what it is? Because you are desecrating a great religion. Now let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it's here. Because he will defend. I will. He will defend Hamas's butchery, savagery. He doesn't care that Hamas is an abomination to Islam because Islam,
but he hasn't done
that. The children in Gaza are dying because Hamas uses them as bulletproof vests.
Okay.
The United States and France and England said yesterday that the Al-Shifa hospital is a military base.
Okay.
It has a tiny veneer.
Let him have his minute.
It has a tiny veneer of emergency rooms.
Okay.
A minute.
But underneath all of it is a military base.
You have a minute.
And let me tell you something. If it's true that any of these countries care about the Muslims in Gaza because they believe what he's saying, that Israel's killing them. This is a map of all the countries that took place last week in Riyadh to save the Palestinians of Gaza from Israel. Do you know how many? That's Israel, a tiny thing. You know how many of them took in even one Palestinian from Gaza? Zero, nothing.
All right.
Look at that map. Because they
Stop
want
pointing,
to.
stop
The
pointing.
Arabs
Let me-
want to see.
All right,
No, I'm
Rabbi
pointing
Shmuley.
the
Hang on.
Arabs want to see
Rabbi
Hamas.
Shmuley.
Don't intimidate me. Don't bully
Okay,
me. Thank
okay,
you,
let me-
Mohammed. What is the definition of genocide?
I
What's
said
the definition?
conditional. I said if you do
You always
conditional.
claim to be an academic. You're always touting your Oxford credentials.
Conditional.
What is the definition
All right.
of
Conditional.
He said conditional.
Conditional.
Genocide
If you
is
do
where.
it, I said
Genocide
if you
is
do it,
where.
you'll be genocidal.
Genocide is where
I didn't
you
accuse. Let
him speak.
you target an ethnicity for extinction. Ethnicity side murder.
Yes, if you do it. If you kill
Excuse
3
me,
million
now,
Palestinians,
now,
are you genocidal
there
or
are
not?
one
If you
point-
kill 3
there
million
are
Palestinians,
one-
are you
let him
genocidal
speak.
or not?
Don't speak over each
There are
other.
1.8 million
What's the Holocaust of genocide?
Muslim
What's the Holocaust of
Arabs who
genocide?
live in total peace in Israel as equal citizens. In fact, Israel practiced reverse discrimination against the Jews because the Jews are
What's that got
conscripted
to do
to
with my
fight
question?
Hamas. So, if
Would you-
Israel, excuse
okay.
me, no, you will not interrupt me.
Stop
If Israel,
it, man.
you will
Stop
not
it.
interrupt
Stop it,
me.
man. You're
You
embarrassing
will
yourself. You're
not
embarrassing
interrupt
yourself.
me. You will not
You're
interrupt.
embarrassing
You will
yourself.
not bully me. You will not interrupt me.
Stop
I am not
talking, man.
afraid of
Yes,
you.
you do.
Don't
Stop
talk over
saying
each
the
other.
Jews
Stop
tremble.
shaking.
Now, let me be
Stop
clear.
shaking.
Let me be
We're
clear.
getting nowhere if you shout over each other.
Well, then you need to control your guests with all due respect.
Literally
Okay,
control need to control both
he
guests.
said equal time, and there's no equal time. Now,
There's no equal time on
if
this
Israel
bit,
was
right?
interested in a genocide of the Palestinians, why do they have 1.8 million equal Arab Muslim citizens who are in the Israeli Supreme Court, who are 1/3 of the medical
Is that a
profession?
question?
Do you
To
know
me
that?
or
Do you
to
know that? Do you know that an Arab judge put the president of Israel in jail for accused rape? That was Moshe Katsav. That's how little Israel's an apartheid state, genocidal state. This man sitting next to me, Mohammed Hijab, will not distinguish between self-defense when Hamas comes to brutalize and murder your people
Let him
versus
speak.
when an army
Okay.
like
Okay.
Britain,
Okay.
like France, stops,
but Rabbi Shmuley,
retaliate
can we go
to
for the-
simply
can we
protect
go back
their
to the
Rabbi Shmuley,
citizens.
I have to
You
say-
don't believe that Jews should have a right to defend
Rabbi
themselves.
Shmuley-
I don't
Say it
Don't
outright
say
then.
that.
Then say it.
The Jews have the right to defend themselves.
He just
They
said
do.
it.
Yes, they do.
So
of
that's
course.
why we have to go.
Everybody has a right to defend
that's why
themselves.
Has Israel gone too far in its response to the October the 7th terror attacks? Okay, Rabbi Shmuley, you have a minute starting now.
I just came here by taxi and passed a statue of Winston Churchill. That's in the lifetime of our parents, okay? He is the greatest British statesman of the 20th century. You know what he did when he had a genocidal threat, knowing that Hitler wanted to eviscerate, annihilate Britain? He carpet bombed all of Germany, Dresden, Essen, Hamburg. Israel has not even gotten close to that. Israel does not send its Air Force to carpet bomb cities. It sends in its military. I have a friend who died, six children, 39, because he was personally trying to stop a Hamas terror tunnel. Israel is surgical. Israel is only going after the fighters. Israel has opened humanitarian corridors for the Palestinians to go south. Hamas shoots them and makes sure they don't go. Hamas builds its military structures. Right, Shifa Hospital is this much hospital, and it's this much military. They love using Palestinians. And that's why they've stolen their money. They got about $16 billion from the international community. There isn't one bomb shelter in Gaza. They don't care about the civilians at all.
Okay.
Israel's doing the right thing.
Mohammed,
Hamas.
you have a minute.
One. Now you have Herzog, who is the president that you interviewed, saying that all Palestinians,
They are responsible. This man is being more slippery. He's being more slippery than the lubricants that he sells in his daughter's sex shop. And that's the reality of the situation.
Did you really just say that? You know, you seem obsessed with Jewish sex. It's bizarre. Yesterday, you actually spoke about Ben Shapiro's wife.
Yes,
you
I did.
actually you said
Yes,
to
I
Ben
did.
Shapiro,
Yes, I
your
did.
wife's a carrot. Well, you're more of a man. Is that what you're trying to
Yes,
say?
I did.
All right. Then you said that Jews have BDSM. You're speaking about
No, can we
get it
sexual
back?
lubricants while
Jews have
people are
BDSM.
dying. You know, Mohammed, get your head out of the Jewish bedroom. It's really bizarre.
Can
Let
we
me-
get it- can we
let
get
me-
it-
Let me be
Anyway.
clear.
No.
Sexual lubricants? How
we-
embarrassing.
You sell dildos, don't you?
Listen,
Can we get it back?
You sell dildos,
How
don't you?
Can we get it back
you
to the
speak-
topic?
you-
dildos.
You speak about 5-year-old girls being
No, I
ready
don't.
for
Guys,
sex.
come on,
Listen,
listen,
let's
you're
go
a liar.
back. Let's go
You're
back
not
to
a
the
liar.
issue.
You're not a liar.
Let's go back to the
ask
issue.
a
Let's go back to
question.
the issue.
Let me ask a question.
Why are you shaking? I've got a
Mohammed,
vibrator in your
no,
pocket.
come on, it's a serious debate.
I think he's got one of his daughters vibrating.
Mohammed, come on, leave it, please.
You are just...
I don't disagree with you that so far it seems to me, obviously, a fact that many, many more Palestinian civilians, innocent people, are getting killed as retribution by the Israelis for what happened on October the 7th. That's indisputable, right? Their argument is that they're going after a terror organization, Hamas, and unfortunately in war, as Rabbi Shmuley correctly said about what Churchill did in World War II.
Churchill was wrong.
Churchill
was wrong.
Was he a war criminal?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Churchill was a war criminal.
Yes, he was. Churchill was a war criminal.
All the British
Let me
people
do
who
this.
lived there
Churchill was a
were
war
criminals.
criminal.
Okay,
Let me do
and
the
George
question.
VI was George VI war
All of them
criminal?
war criminals.
George
Like
VI
it's
war
like all of
criminal.
Yes, of
So
course.
anyone that,
his
hang on,
grandparents
Rabbi
war
Shmuley.
criminal, war
Let me
criminal.
ask. So let me get this
Absolutely.
straight. You think
Collective punishment.
You think Winston Churchill
Was a war criminal, yes.
in standing up to the Nazis
By killing the
who
babies.
killed 12 million people?
I believe he was a war
that
criminal.
by doing what he did was a war criminal.
By killing in Dresden and Hamburg. By the indiscriminate killing. Collective punishment. My morality says that's impossible.
Okay, that means the British people who
That's impossible.
supported him
Can't
and
kill
voted him
children.
in, they were
My
also...
morality says that's
just
impossible.
Just a second.
That's what I
But
believe,
the British
yes.
people...
Yeah.
You believe he was a war criminal?
Yes.
So therefore, your belief is that no retaliatory action.
No,
by
you can
any
retaliate to the man, not to the babies.
Tell me a war in history
Yes.
where civilians haven't been killed.
No, I'm not saying civilians haven't been killed. It's
Just
about this
war
ratio.
or
It's about the
otherwise?
ratio. It's
No,
about the
no.
ratio.
What is the ratio?
What about the
What's the
ratio?
100 to 1 is unacceptable.
Actually,
What is the
morally,
ra- what
100 to 1 is unacceptable.
Actually, morally,
Would you accept?
Okay, well,
101 is an
101 is
hang
invention.
on, Rabbi Shmuley. So let me give you a ratio.
Yeah.
How many people did the Nazis kill?
I don't know.
You don't
12
know how
million.
many Nazis
We know they killed 6 million
They
Jews
killed
in the
12
Holocaust.
million people.
I don't know. We don't know.
Including
exactly.
6 million Jews.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So
12 million non-combatants.
how many died in Dresden? How many civilians died in Germany? Do you know?
I don't know exactly.
Right, so you don't actually know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about because
You
I know in
called
Dresden
Churchill-
and Hamburg.
You said
if
it's
his
about you. Unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, go ahead.
Unless I'm wrong,
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
said it's to do with the
Ratios.
The ratios.
Yes.
But you don't know the ratios. When
No,
you
no,
call,
I know for a fact
You
Dresden
call
and
Winston Churchill a
What are the
criminal.
numbers?
Dresden and Hamburg.
What are the
When you-
numbers?
Dresden
Wait a
and
minute,
Hamburg?
Rabbi Shmuley. When you
Dresden-
call Winston Churchill a criminal
Yeah, I believe
for
he's a war
basing it
criminal.
on ratios, you don't even know.
Guys, whew, a lot actually happened during this debate, and what can you say about Mohammed Ijab? What he said, do you think he's right? He first made mention about the babies being killed. Is that not terrorism? Even though it was a kind of having an argument with the host, Pier Morgan, and also it was talking about the ratio at which, or the rate at which people have been killed in Palestine. And another point I also want to raise is about the Jewish man, the rabbi. The man kept on saying that what Muhammad is saying is wrong. That if you say Jewish are like this and like that, he was telling us the history of Jew of Israel, the first person to do this, the first person to do that in the beginning of the video. And the way I also attacked Muhammad, saying that he should stop interrupting when somebody's talking. Like, why is he behaving like he's the host? Like, it was an intense, very, very intense debate, guys. I didn't expect that from the man. And one thing I understand about things like this, if you love something, you want to defend what you love, right? That's how I see it between these two people, these two scholars, the Muslim scholar and the Jewish scholar. The Jewish scholar will have to stand on his feet to defend his religion because he loves his religion. The same thing goes with the Muslim man. He loves his religion, Islam. So he's also going to defend his religion, whether what might have happened is wrong, even though everybody has good and bad side, positive and negative. There's positive and negative. You will not want to talk about the negative part. You want to praise his religion and want to talk about what the other religion has done against their own religion. It's normal for you to defend what you love. But at the end of coming closer to the end of the video, whereas the host Pier Morgan asked Mohammed that what are the ratio at which people have been killed. He said he does not know. So what this is trying to explain to us is that we should do our research very well before we go for an interview or before we talk about things we are not really sure of. You could see he felt embarrassed. Mohammed actually felt embarrassed with the way the host actually threw that question to him. And the host was like, there's no war in which the citizens will not die. There's no war on this earth that both sides will not lose someone. You will surely lose your citizen, the host will lose, the person you are fighting against will also lose. It's a normal thing. but they're just trying to let us, let him discuss who is at fault more. Is it the Gaza or the Hamas? That was what Piers Morgan was trying to do. He was trying to ask them question: who do you think is really at fault? And you could see that each scholar were defending their religion, and Pier Morgan was not on anybody's side. He was just on what he investigated. He was giving his point based on what he has investigated, based on information he has gathered. And that was a beautiful one. Let me know your point of view, guys. How do you see this discussion? Was it a very no? Do you think what the Muhammad Ali said was right, or do you think the other scholar was sounded a bit rude? I will not use the word harsh, rude to the man, or do you think they could not handle the debate well? Because at a point in time there was a commotion among them. They were all arguing, everybody's talking at the same time, and when you're talking at the same time, you'll not be able to hear yourself, or you'll not be able to give the right points you're supposed to give. How do you see it, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box. Let's keep discussion going on. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. Stay blessed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.